wise old man. I'm also fucking annoyed. Why? Probably for the same reason that you are a lot of the time. People. As the saying goes, people, can't live with them, can't kill them. Legally, anyway. I know a guy. Sorry, I forgot my manners there for a second. Welcome to Let's Be Honest. I talk about stuff, and it's great. Sometimes that music is just way too happy. So let me start as I mean to go on. For the last couple of episodes, I think I've been fairly positive. The whole you can do it, perspective is a gift, and even an episode with my wife, for God's sake. So I think today I'm going to balance things out a little bit. I may well finish on a positive note, however, the journey today may get a little bumpy for some of those with a weak disposition. So strap yourself in, bitches! I really don't know why I said that. I have never used that word. It's probably all that crap fucking rap music that I'm force-fed at the gym every day. That aside, I would like to make an earth-shattering statement. There is an enormous amount of stupidity in the world. Who knew, right? However, for me, it feels worse than ever because we are more exposed to it than ever before. It's overwhelming, don't you think? Now, some say that the morons, the idiots, the stupid can't help it. I believe that's Billy bullshit. I believe they can help it. I also believe that being stupid is a choice. I will explain what I mean by that in a minute. So today, I'm going to be grumpy. Very. And I would imagine with zero fucking positivity. One would also anticipate throwing in a few F-bombs for the same price. However, I will try and limit the fucks. Maybe even change it up a little bit. Perhaps throw in a few creative expletives just in the name of variety. I may also say a few things that you might not like. I doubt it, because if you listen to this podcast on a regular basis, then you will almost certainly agree with me. But guess what? I have a plan. I think it's a good plan. Are you with me?
We haven't heard the plan yet.
Do you want to stop all stupidity?
Yes, fuck yes.
Great. Let's do it then. I'm Wise Oldman, and I suppose we should do the happy music just for consistency. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. We, the we that is you and I, are going to start a movement, a revolution. The main reason? To preserve humanity and to save our own sanity. If we can save a few less fortunate, troubled souls on our journey, then that would be just swell, as our American cousins say. I'm not suggesting that Americans do things with their cousins. It's just a saying. Besides, I think the banjo's a great instrument. I was trying to think of a name for our newly founded organisation. I first thought PAC, P-A-C, people are cunts. But then I realised I didn't really want to use that word, people, because they're not really. I know, I used that word, the word that I'm not supposed to use. I do feel it's getting better though. Who knows, maybe one day it will be fully accepted in day-to-day society. You know, happy Christmas, Grandma. There's no cash in your card, just a voucher for the nearest shop to your house. Now, where'd you keep the posh biscuits, you cheap insert word? It could happen. She probably can't hear you anyway. They always seem to hide the Jaffa cakes, don't they? Personally, I think I've done rather well. I've been waiting 25 episodes to squeeze that word in. Jesus, do you not think I've wanted to use that word about 1 million times before now? The C word, I don't know, I guess it's a bit like Vegemite or Marmite, isn't it? If you love it, then you use it all the time. If you don't, then it never passes your lips, and you turn your nose up to anybody else that does. The name for our new organisation that I eventually went with was SAS. Not the Scandinavian airline SAS or the military covert surveillance close combat fighting and hostage rescue SAS, but the SAS that stands for Stop All Stupidity, with the tagline, they can help it, because they can. As mentioned, stupidity, I believe, is a choice. Right then, we have our name and we are off. Let me back up just a little bit. I'm forgetting my manners yet again, aren't I? I haven't asked how you are. How are you all today? All happy? As happy as you can be with a 12-hour shift ahead of you, I guess? Maybe you've got kids and you don't like them as much as the brochure said you would. Do you hate your partner? Maybe. I know, maybe not. Maybe everything at work and at home is just tickety-fuckety-boo. Maybe it's all the other people that take the jam out of your daily donut. Is that a possibility? Have I touched a nerve? Dunkin' fucking Donuts, right I have. Who are these people that I refer to? You know, the general public. Don't let the bastards get you down. Just remember, whatever you do, whatever situation you are in, God is watching and He will reward you. He won't reward you. Well, He won't. If you haven't noticed, He's been a bit of a dick recently. We shall come back to God in a minute. I haven't finished with him or her yet. Myself, well, I'm pretty happy. As happy as a British person can be anyway. We don't really do happy, which is not to say we aren't. Happy, that is. As a Brit, if someone says, "Are you happy?" you tend to just look at them. They may as well have asked you if you believe in aliens. It's probably the same answer, to be fair. Yes, no, maybe, if you like, whatever. I don't really understand the question. Ask me one on sport. My usual and honest response that appears to throw people is, I'm not unhappy. Then I actually do become unhappy because the person asking the question has a look on their face that wants more. Just fuck the fuck off, please. I said please. Actually, to all the new members of the SAS, the next time somebody says to you, "Are you happy?" say no. Then tell them why. Maybe start with a phrase, "Oh, you know what, it's funny, it's actually quite a long story," just to see the lights go off in their eyes. Make up some stuff if you fancy it, just to fuck with them. Well, seeing as you asked, I shat myself this morning and there was no paper, but the cat was there, so Mr. Tibbles is now Mr. Shitty. Oh, and the other day, when I was drunk, because I hate my life, we'll get to that in a minute, I found an old Nokia flip phone. You know the ones. So I shoved it up my arse, and then I jumped up and down to see if I could get it to flip open. And at the same time, I put it on vibrate, and then I called myself. I spent 3 hours in A&E for that one. But that's when the trouble started. That was only Tuesday lunchtime. Okay, you ready? I'll tell you something else. I bet that's the last time they ever asked that question of anybody. See what you did? Straight off the bat. You just stopped somebody being or saying something stupid. This is one of the many ways that you are an asset to the organisation. Great job. As stated, I'm happy. I just don't go around celebrating it. I don't smile as I walk. I find that a bit strange. And I most certainly don't whistle. Oh man, that bothers me. It shouldn't, I know, but it does. People that whistle? Oh man, I'd like to do something to make them whistle. I don't actually know what that means either, but I'm sure between us we could think of something to make their eyes water. Mr. Whistler. I say Mr. because it's always men, isn't it? I don't think I've ever seen a woman whistle. You men that whistle, you know, you do. You choose to whistle, and you know full well how much it annoys people. You're not happy. That's the equivalent of me going up to somebody and going, "I'm happy." Nobody would buy it. Besides, why would I show the world that I'm happy? What's the point? People that I encounter that aren't happy are going to be even less happy after meeting me because I'm so tooth-decayingly sweet and sickeningly happy. Allegedly. And God forbid I meet an actual happy person. They're going to think that we are kindred spirits or BFFs. I don't really even know what that means, but I already know I don't like it. I did warn you I was going to be grumpy today. It's like when I'm doing something seemingly simple and, I don't know, maybe sitting on my balcony doing a bit of painting, just having a drink, it doesn't matter what it is. And then, foolishly, I know I'm my own worst enemy here. I take a picture of it, or my wife does. Maybe we're proud of a painting we've done. I don't know what it is. And then somebody goes, "You're living your best life." What the arse burger does that even mean? What do you say to that? Thanks, I'm just painting? Exactly the same principle. The next time somebody says that to you, tell them just how wonderful your life is. "Oh my God, you're so right. My life is so perfect. Let me tell you about it." Why wouldn't you want to hear about it? Of course you do. Yes, last night I slept actually on a bed of cash because I've got so much. Did I also tell you that I bought a yacht? Don't know where to put it though. Tomorrow I'm going for an all-day pamper session. Let me tell you the itinerary. Starts at 8 a.m. I know, very early. I don't usually get up till midday. And then I'm having a cucumber ball massage. And let me tell you something else, because I can come back to that in a minute. Me and my partner, we actually bought a cat, and because we're such foodies, we're going to call it Noodle. Genius. Fucking hell. The person asking that question, they will never say that again in their life. Job done. Well done you. Anyway, the point I'm making is I'm good. Thanks. I know I come across grumpy, but actually nothing could be further from the truth. I wake up in the morning, I look over at my beautiful wife, and then I look in the mirror and whisper to myself, "Wow, you get better looking every day. I can't wait till tomorrow." I make a tasty coffee with all the ingredients that go to make up a tasty coffee. Maybe I'm living my best life. Or maybe I'm just making fucking coffee. Then I leave the house, which is when I encounter them, people, the jam thieves. That's when it goes tits up. Now then, God. I said I'd come back to him, her.
But he created the earth, and it's beautiful.
Okay, let's say he is a him. And also, he's white, with blue eyes and maybe 6'2". May as well give him the full fictional makeover. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he did create it all. There is a saying in football that you are only as good as your last game. Well, he created Earth. Well played, nice job. Then he created us, people. And we asked it right up. We, as people, are God's version of the second album syndrome. Firstly, amazing, lots of hype. Then, dog shit. What's the point of creating something, then creating something else to destroy that thing you just created? You see, where I think it all started is he, her, created us in his own image, allegedly. Let's face it, if he did, he's not really going to win any design awards, is he? So he, her, did a job, created Earth and shit. And then, when it all started going wrong, he, her said, "I've done my part. That's my job done. That's it. I'm off. This is where my work ends." Jesus, that's such a hospitality thing to do. Wasn't my fault. Did my bit. So if we're going to blame someone for people being stupid, maybe just look up. I'm just saying. Whew, got that off my chest. I guess if you're going to have a pop at people, you may as well start with the top guy. Or girl.
Hey, you can't blame God for stupid people. When he, her returns, you're in trouble. You're going to hell.
Fair enough. Be warm. Less packing. Talking of hell, if the stupid suggests that when you go to hell, you have to do that thing that you hate over and over for eternity, then I hate sex, Lamborghinis, donuts, tequila, watching Bond movies, and a basket of puppies. But as people, we are a bit shit. Insert the word stupid instead of shit for the purpose of this episode. Some more than others, granted. But here's the thing. Personally, I don't think I'm ever stupid. Really, I'm not these days. I don't think I have been for a while. I'm not. Before I clarify what I actually mean by stupid, let this just digest for a second. If I'm going to make a bold statement like, I'm never stupid, by stupid I mean I'm not actively rude to anybody, unless poked, and then it's not rude, it's called standing up for myself. I'm polite, I'm courteous, I'm respectful to people and situations. I'm incredibly self-aware, aware of people, my surroundings. I try not to pollute the planet or the air if I can help it, etc., etc. I always try and do the right thing. I really do. Stupidity is not hereditary. It's a choice. Am I right?
You're not wrong.
People can stop being stupid at any time. It is a choice. All those things I listed, people can be those things at any point in their life. They just choose not to. If you can learn it or stumble into it, then you can unlearn it and fall out of it. It being stupid. As implied, you weren't born stupid. You learned to be stupid. At some point it happened, and then you were okay with it. It became a habit. It was probably just easier being, a bit of a dick. Again, to clarify the stupid thing, I'm talking about not caring, having no awareness, being loud, being a bit of an arse. And I think you know when you are being an arse. Partly, I think you just know. You like being difficult or antagonizing people. Also, I think another indicator is possibly people's reaction to you when it's happening. Question: when you are being an arse, do you know? Of course you do. Now, if it's too late to stop being an arse in that moment, fair enough, I buy that one. But seeing as you now know, then you won't do it again, will you? Not so sure about that one. That's when it becomes a choice. There are enough examples of right and wrong things around you every single day. Again, the stupid choose to ignore the signs.
Yeah, but who determines what an arse is? What makes your opinion right? What makes me stupid and you not stupider?
That is a very fair and eloquent point you make. We will get into what makes you stupid and me not stupider, as you put it, a little later. Now, I clearly have an opinion, so I've decided that I am an unelected representative of the people. If you wish to be the same, get your own podcast and become the same. I think you should. Besides, there is a village somewhere that is deprived of a spokesperson. I think it's your calling. Also, when I say stupid, I don't mean being an idiot. That's very different. We can all say and do idiotic things. I'm talking about actions that, in my opinion, are not defendable. I also don't mean people that are academically stupid. Who cares about that? That's not the stupid I'm talking about. I consider myself a little or a lot academically stupid. That's another point right there. Some people will suggest that one's lack of academic prowess is because of the environment that they grew up in. Poor area, poor school. It's possible, and I say fair enough to that. I could say that that was my situation growing up, but if I chose, past tense, or choose, present day, I could learn to be smarter, academically. Just like the other kinds of stupid, you can learn to be better, academically or not. It's a choice. You can blame all you like, but at the end of the day, it's your choice. The arseholes and the rude are that way because they like it that way. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't do it. I don't know anymore. I'm sure on some level they say, I'm a victim. It's kind of easy to be a victim these days, isn't it? I'm talking about people that should know better. Young or old, rich or poor, it matters not. I'm talking about the people that don't try, that don't care, or give a shit about other people and their feelings. The ones that live in a bubble, that have zero social graces or awareness. The ones that think the world revolves around them. We see them every day. Those people, the stupid people, they are the people, as mentioned, that take the jam out of our daily fucking donut. Now then, I've been banging out a few lengthy episodes recently, so this week I'm determined to keep it under 20 minutes. Give or take 20 minutes. Good luck with that one. So I have a request. Maybe it's more of a hope now I think about it. I would like to stop all stupidity. I know, I'm laughing at that statement too. You probably think I've been at the drinks cabinet again, don't you? Well, I have, but... Actually, no, there isn't a but. I just have. Cheers. Today I'm slumming it a little bit. Just some 1800 Blanco with a slice of lime. So can it be done? Can we stop stupidity? Well, here's the thing. I think we can. Well, not all, but quite a lot of it. What we do is we shoot for 100%. And if we do, we might get, 20%? Doesn't sound like a lot when you say it out loud, does it? Still, if I said to you, just by carrying on being you, that's the wonderful you, by the way, you become 20% richer, taller, slimmer, faster, happier, would you take it? Well, that's what I'm offering. We need to stick together. The SAS. How about this as a thought? Stupid people are a bit like rats. Sorry, rats, I know you had nothing to do with this. Now, we as normal people are never going to fully kill them off. There are just too many of them. They breed a lot. They shouldn't, but they do. Rats, not stupid people. Yeah, right, because that's what I really meant. So stupid people are like rats. We know they're out there. As the stats suggest, you are often only 15 feet away from a rat at any given time. It's true. We don't always see them, but they are there. We don't particularly seek them out or want to associate with them, but again, they are out there, somewhere, watching. So how do we wipe them out? Rats, not stupid people. Well, we don't. They always have and always will be present. Maybe these days they're just getting a little braver. Maybe they are infiltrating society more than they ever did.
Why, do you still mean rats?
Yes, of course I do. The problem with that, as mentioned, is that there are just so many of them, and there will always be a new generation coming through. We, as normal, sane people who constantly try and do the right thing, can't cope. So drastic times call for drastic measures. That's right. We poison the fuckers.
Jesus, you can't poison people.
Oh, yes, you can. We give them no food. Sorry, I meant no attention. That is their poison. Then if we're lucky, they will just start eating each other. They will just turn on themselves. Because it appears to me that what the stupid people really need more than anything is attention. They crave it. They need it to survive. It's the air that they breathe. In most of the other episodes, we talk about being a better human, sparing a minute for somebody, just being nicer and more considerate, etc., etc. So that's what we carry on doing. This is how we survive. This is how we don't get infected and affected by the stupid. For every action, as we know, there is a reaction. So when you see some twat doing something wanky, I can't say that you should get involved and go up to them and tell them that they're a dick. I'd like to, but the world doesn't work that way these days. As we all know, that could be a recipe for disaster. Fighting fire with fire isn't always the answer. We need to be smarter. I mean, it's not really hard to be smarter than the stupid, is it? A quick example, I think, is needed. Let's say one of my pet hates. Let's say people that stand on an escalator. Now, where I appreciate quite often a different country has a different rule, in Australia you stand on the left and people walk on the right. Now, more often than not, there is always some knobhead standing on the right, seemingly, I say seemingly, oblivious to all around. So you, the normal ones, have choices. 3 things can happen. Number 1, you suck it up and do nothing. You feel a bit weak, a bit annoyed at yourself, and often very annoyed at people. Now, even though they are doing the wrong thing and you want to do the right thing, which is not up for debate, by the way, you suck it up. Number 2, you say, "Excuse me," and you don't get a good response. Same reaction from you as in scenario number 1. Now, when this happens, the first opportunity that you get, instead of stomping or taking that annoyance into the next situation, you go and do something nice. Offer a nice hi to the next person that serves you. Open a door for somebody. Whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. Just do something to restore the balance and to eliminate the chance of annoyance festering in you. Is that hard to do? Fuck yes. It is at the beginning anyway. But then it becomes your default setting. Does that sound a bit Starbucks carrot juice tree huggy for you? Maybe, and you know how much I love that shit. Okay then, try an alternative. Call them an inconsiderate cock, and if they don't move, you'll piss on their children. Might be fun to witness, but you can't really do that. Not really. People tend not to like that these days. And it most certainly won't end well, certainly not for the kids who now smell like pissy sugar puffs. As I say, we have to be smarter, and we can't get dragged down to their level. No offence to the cereal sugar puffs or whatever name they go by in other countries. I haven't had sugar puffs for ages. Now the third thing that can happen is you say, excuse me. They then move. Maybe they say sorry, maybe they don't. You still may mutter idiot under your breath, but that's okay. All is good. There is every chance the next time that person stands on an escalator, they will stand on the correct side. Wouldn't you say? I mean, there's a chance, it's not 100%, but you can only do so much. You, my delicious friends, have just infiltrated the idiots, and you have planted a little bomb behind enemy lines, and you didn't get the hump. Good job. That's precisely what the SAS are trained to do. Nice. I'll drink to that. Oh, yum, yum, yum. So the world. It's quite big, isn't it? There's certainly a lot of it. Some say it's a proctologist's dream. But more than ever, there always seems to be something going on. Some days we, as members of the SAS, hear ourselves say, the world, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, everything is blissful. And on another day, when they take the jam from our donut, we say that it sucks the sweat off a dead man's bollocks. I've used that line before, haven't I? I bet that offends some people, me saying that. This, right there, being another form of stupidity, of course, the offended brigade. Lots and lots of them about these days. Their existence just makes everybody else's life just that little bit harder. They are just everywhere. Say something that's deemed offensive this week, and they start flapping around like Jesus on a crucifix made of jelly. Why does that offend? Not the jelly bit, the sweaty bollocks thing. No offence to jelly. I wonder what flavour he would be. Strawberry, I think. I mean, you might not think the sweaty bollocks thing is very funny, and that's okay. We all have a different sense of humour. But who exactly is it offensive to? Dead men with sweaty nuts? Do you think because I say it that it might make somebody think, do you know what? I might try that sucking sweaty thing. Yum. It's like when the eternally offended people get upset by paedophile movies and documentaries. Just like the Jimmy Savile thing for the uneducated, he was a paedophile. And not a good one. Luckily, he's very dead now. You know what? You know you've done something really bad. You know you've done some bad shit when death is too good for you. Anyway, there was a documentary a while ago on Netflix about him, and it's also said that Steve Coogan is going to be playing him in a movie. Now, people were going nutty bar over this. They were outraged. But why do they get so upset? These movies and shows highlight a pure evil in the world. It doesn't celebrate them. They just want to be offended. It's not like a normal bloke or woman sits at home, watches this stuff and goes, do you know what? I've never been a paedophile, but it looks all right. Because of this movie that Stephen Coogan's doing, or because of that documentary, you know what? I might give it a go. No, that doesn't fucking happen, you monkey specimen. Also, if you're a sex offender, I don't think a movie is going to make you do it more. You either are or you're not. Again, I don't know, maybe with the dead man's bollocks thing, maybe it just sounds offensive to people and they're not sure why, so it automatically is offensive. Are you perhaps one of those contrary people that if somebody says, you know what, I really like Air? Air's brilliant, isn't it? Would you possibly go, I think Air's overrated. I like it better when it was the old Air. I know that's not you. You're aces. You're my people. You are members of the SAS. However, there might be one of them listening, you know, the humour-impaired people. Again, that attention-seeking behaviour through always being offended is a huge form of stupidity. The only thing that these people create is obstacles. I would also like it to be noted that I'm not attempting to be controversial and make out that I don't care about what you think. I care about what people think, I really do. That's until I don't. I'm allowed not to care. It's okay not to care. It really is. People are so afraid these days to say that they don't care. If they do, they are branded all sorts of evil things, usually just a hater because it's easier and the accuser doesn't have to back the hater thing up with any form of logical argument. I don't like Meghan Markle. I find her to be horrible and untrustworthy. By what I've seen. I'm not a fan. You're just a hater. You're a man and you probably have a small dick and you're old and you're bald. Hater! See, that's what we're dealing with. Not really much one can do other than ignore or have some fun with it. Never really any point in attempting to reason. There are many, many things that I care about, just like many things that I'm sure you care about. But I don't demand that other people care about the same things. I commented on something the other day and I was almost branded as the Welsh equivalent of Gary Glitter, Ted Bundy and Hitler all rolled into one person. All because, and this may not be popular, but it was just a bit of fun, I said Mariah Carey, Ariana Grande and Jennifer Hudson all hitting high notes together sounded like a penguin giving birth to elephant triplets. It could happen. As suggested, I kind of care, but I don't care that much. How could I? If I said I cared what everybody thought, I would be lying through my teeth, and so would you. It's not possible. If I was concerned about everything that came out of my mouth, I would never say anything for fear of offending, which of course is exactly what's happening with a lot of people. The moment you open your mouth, or, worst of all, have an original thought, you, as a normal person, run the risk of offending. As suggested, the world is fucking big and there's way, way too much to care about. It's kind of hard to keep up, isn't it? As I said, I actually don't care about everything, and I suspect neither do you. More often than not, though, we, are just made to feel guilty if we don't care. Over breakfast, I'm sure you care about pronouns and tranny bingo. Sorry, trans, I was pulled up on that one last week as well. But then the waiter puts almond and not oatmeal milk in your latte. All of a sudden, trans bingo doesn't really matter anymore. Maybe the conversation is Ukraine over your morning-only egg white omelette. Let's see how long that conversation lasts when you get the yolk as well. Most of us only start to care when we think it will affect us. On the whole, I think that's human nature. And if you think that's bollocks, then I think you might be lying to yourself. So, after 25 episodes-ish, my loyal listeners, I think that we're getting to know each other. Actually, I'm not sure that's totally accurate, is it? You know me. You know exactly where I'm at. But I don't know you. And I think there's very, very good reason for that. You don't email me. You don't write. And you don't call. And we went all the way on the first date. And I let you touch me in that secret special place. You, men, women, she, them, he, him, her, they, them. You're all the same. I'm so amusing myself today. Now some of you like on Facebook and occasionally comment. Thanks. That's about as much effort as farting after a cabbage smoothie. So before we talk about my thoughts and why I think the organisation is needed, let's talk about yours. I want them. I want you. Not in a touch me in my dirty pocket while you whisper the word coconut in my ear kind of way, but I want to know what's going on with you. Maybe look at being part of the Wise Oldman SAS organisation as a form of therapy. So when you have one of those moments when somebody pisses you off, apart from going and doing that positive thing straight after, let it out. Get it off your chest. Come and have a mini rant on the Let's Be Honest Facebook page. It's all therapy. You know, we're all kind of like-minded people here. Could save you a fortune in shrinks. Can I say shrinks? Is that offensive? What is it? Head doctors? Oh, no, that doesn't sound right. I saw one of them once. Cost extra. Maybe it's something new. Maybe it's a rant I've never heard before. That would be cool. Then maybe I can turn it into an episode or something. Everybody wins. Even bringing up a subject may highlight an issue that other people may also have. You know, the whole a problem shared is a problem halved. As mentioned, it also might be quite therapeutic. Sometimes it's just nice to know that you're not going a bit mad. Do you know just how therapeutic it is for me sitting at home and ranting into a microphone? It's kind of cool to get it out there. I mean, tequila helps. Drink responsibly. It works for me, and it could work for you too. I want to know about your shocking hospitality experiences as a customer. I want to hear about your staff experiences. Your boss may be a massive arsehole. As a boss, your staff may do unbelievably stupid things. I want to hear what takes the jam out of your donut. If it's about people at any point in your day, I'm interested. On a train, on a bus, on the street, at the gym, at the airport. It doesn't matter. We, the normal ones, need to stick together. Don't get upset, and don't take it home. That's never a good idea. Now, I don't want this episode to drag on. Clearly already failing miserably in that task. So I'm just going to throw at you a few examples of people taking the jam out of my donut, without explaining my reasonings, for a change. Then I will do another episode in a few weeks on what bugs you, once you've jumped on Facebook, that is. So here we go. A few examples of who and why people fuck up my donut. And I do love a donut. Number 15. Everybody's favourite, the Bible bashers. Especially the ones who stand on the high street with a loudspeaker and a microphone suggesting that God will save us all. As mentioned, he won't. Probably just want to hedge my bets. Don't want to upset him, just in case. I'm all for people in their religion, but just don't ram it down my throat, as the priest said to the... No. For me, that is noise pollution, and no different to me standing outside Aldi on a Saturday afternoon with a microphone shouting the words tits continuously. That is your religion, tits are mine. You believe in God, I believe in tits. Number 14. Ignorant fuckers that don't say thank you when you open a door for them. I'm not a doorman, and you are just rude. That is a choice again. Number 13, a similar style of ignorance. When you are driving, the person that you have just let in doesn't acknowledge you. A little wave, that's all it would take. You are a peasant. Also, seeing as we're in the car, people that are too lazy to indicate when they change lanes or pull off to a side road. Again, as mentioned, those things are a choice where you have full control of your actions. You are a git. Number 12, I'm still in the car. People that drive up your arse for no apparent reason other than intimidation. I see no possible excuse for this one. Number 11, the people that have no inner volume control. On a train, in a cafe, pick somewhere public, and you will find this inconsiderate flavour of idiot. They usually have a voice that can cut through glass. Everybody can hear their conversation. I think that they didn't get enough hugs as a child, and I see many cats in their future. Number 10. Inconsiderate noisy neighbours. It's a classic, I know. Whether it be 7 a.m. in the morning with their noisy kids, they're not my kids, so I don't give a shit. Or midnight, having a party, which I'm of course not invited to, zero shits given again. You could shut your kids up. You could equally turn the music down. Again, you can help it. Number 9, we're now at the gym. There are so many issues here, but I would just like to say, I think the top moves are, hogging a machine, just sitting there on your phone. Or putting a towel on another machine while you're using another. Zero awareness. You can also fuck off with your colour-coordinated outfit that's just been ironed. Number 8. How about folks that clear their throat loudly? Or that snorting thing that people do, you know. Oh my God, you just want to vom. You should live on a farm. And not a good farm either. Number 7, how about people that attempt to get on a bus or a train before the passengers get off? That's just out and out bad manners. You have not stepped on the vehicle yet, so you are not a passenger. You almost don't exist. That is one of those times when it's all about you, and it's not debatable. Number 6, the people that wait in a queue for a period of time, then when they get served, they don't know what they want, and then they have to search for their money. Wankers! You'll probably notice at this point that I've left all my hospitality moans off this list. Reason? Well, it's too easy, and there's far too many of them. This is just a general, everyday list that is really just to highlight the most basic of tasks that people fail at every day. Back to it. Enjoying the elevator music? Yes, me too. It's supposed to calm me. I suspect it's not working. Number 5. Those little darlings that play music on their phone with now no earphones. When did this become a thing? Pure, unadulterated, selfish ignorance. If, you little twat, you can afford the phone, then you can afford earphones. Again, these people know exactly what they are doing. They don't deserve to live. Number 4, any person that works in any shop, retail, bar, supermarket, it matters not. The ones that don't say hello, goodbye, or offer any other basic acknowledgement during the time of a transaction. Maybe as a customer, occasionally you get a grunt. As the person working, I know you think the service industry is beneath you. Turns out, it's actually too good for you. And you wonder why customers look down on you. It's because you're shit. Number 3. Look, I know this one is a little bit cheap, but the people who text and walk. You, the normal person, then bump into the texting zombie, and automatically, it's your fault. Number 2. People that are late. I guess this falls under a pet hate really, and probably shouldn't be included, but hey, fuck it. My view is that if I, as a grown-up, have to inform another grown-up that being late is a bad thing, well, then I feel quite self-defeated, don't I? And finally, number 1. It was always going to be number 1, the movies. There's a lot going on here, from the lateness, see number 2, and the people that bring in half a fucking chicken with smelly side dishes, to my main beef, which is people that appear to be incapable of sitting quiet for 2 hours. Maybe just learn to whisper. See number 11, volume control. I don't think you need to hear a massive rant on this one, but one thing I will say is the trailer, for me, is part of the movie. It's clearly not, but at the same time, it is. So you may not be interested, but I think you know, if you thought about it, that other people might be. And if that's the case, shut the fuck up and eat your KFC, I wonder why I'm getting fat, I only went to the movies, bargain bucket. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I would like to throw in just a few dishonourable mentions just to finish off. How about charity workers? You know, those fuckers on the street that think by giving you a compliment that you will stop and talk to them. And they always hang around now by the traffic lights, so you have to stop. Fuckers. Parasites. How about people on skateboards, bicycles and motorised bicycles? All that appear to think that the pavement, sidewalk, is where they belong. Where do they belong? I neither know nor fucking care, but I know it's not the pavement or the sidewalk. Oh, and Starbucks, but just because really. I realise that there are far more important things going on in the world. But here's the thing. The fuckers that do all that shit that I've mentioned, if they don't care about basic day-to-day manners and courtesy, I would bet my left bollock that they don't care about all the big stuff. Now, my new SAS friends, I think that we would all agree that with all of the aforementioned items, the individual had a choice to say, be, or act the correct way. And I think that we would also agree that if people tried to be better, more thoughtful, and less up their own arse by addressing things mentioned, as well as similar issues that you may have, then the world would be a far nicer place. It's not really even a conversation, is it? It's almost embarrassing that we have to have it. So, how do we stop all stupidity? We don't feed them. We ignore, we cut them off, and we as normal human beings become better. The people that do try their best to do the right thing know that every single day they could be better. The idiots, ironically, think that they are the real deal and there is no need for improvement. It's a funny old world, isn't it? There is, of course, the odd occasion where we have to reason with the idiots, but as we all know, that will be like arguing with, Smelly Dave the drunk tramp. You will find Dave in a city centre near you, outside KFC, around 10:30 in the morning. Now, there are a multitude of things that annoy us every day. wobbly tables at restaurants, the now size of a curly-whirly chocolate bar, Meghan Markle. The list is endless. But I'm clearly talking about people and their lack of decency, awareness and manners. The SAS. Stop all stupidity. They can help it, and it is a choice. Besides, if it carries on, it's only a matter of time before somebody goes full Michael Douglas. Have you ever seen the movie Falling Down? He had a bad fucking day. It's coming. So how did I do? How close did I get to finishing in 20 minutes today? Bollocks, not even close. Oh well, sometimes the subject is important and takes time. I would like to finish by just saying something to everybody. Be kind. Be as nice as is humanly possible given daily circumstances. Be aware of yourself and your surroundings. Don't seek out confrontation because that's what the victims want. However, always stand up for yourself. After all, you have logic and reason on your side. I truly believe that the world is opening its eyes to the needy and stupid. I also believe that slowly but surely we are giving them the finger. Also, don't forget one key thing that I kind of haven't touched on today. We stand up for ourselves. We believe what we believe. However, let's not forget to stand up for the others. Chat at wiseoldman.club. I love saying that. Or, my brothers and sisters, join the revolution on Facebook and Instagram. Let's be honest with Wise Oldman. Thank you for listening.